Can I have the task card back, please? Thank you. We've been talking about the languages. I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions relating to this. Let's talk about the first language and foreign language. What are the differences between learning a first language and a foreign language?
That's a great question. In my opinion, the main difference is basically the nature of how people learn the two. With your first language, you learn it by being in contact with it every day. There isn't exactly any guidebooks that teach you the basics of your first language. On the contrary, with a foreign language, I feel it's a more structured way of learning, where you would have to learn the features and the grammar of the language from the bottom to the top in order to gain a better understanding.
Should foreign language learning be made compulsory at school?
Oh, for sure. It's good to have foreign languages as compulsory subjects because this gives students an extra skill and ability. And who wouldn't want to say they're bilingual or trilingual? It gives students the upper hand, especially when they grow up and enter the job market. I think it would be even greater if schools offered a variety of languages for students to choose from, so that they would be able to learn languages that interest them, whether it's for their future or for fun.
Did you face any difficulties while learning a new language?
I certainly did. One of the many difficulties I face while learning a language would be figuring out the grammar. I find it difficult to remember the tenses and the sentence structure of different languages, so I feel like my writing and my speaking suffer because of that. Another difficulty I have would be absorbing as much vocabulary as possible. Sometimes when I'm speaking to someone in a language I'm practicing, I'll have trouble finding the right words to say. I find it hard expressing myself in other languages because of that.
How can learners pick up a new language effectively?
One way to pick up a language more effectively would be constant practice. That's like the first rule of thumb. A great way to practice learning the language is to use it in everyday life. And an easy way to do that would be to ask a friend to take a language course that you're both interested in together. A study buddy goes a long way, don't you think? Definitely practice using that language with them as much as possible in that language, so you get more familiar and comfortable with it. I think another way learners can pick up a new language is to watch more movies and videos in that language. It's a fun way to learn, and it's also a great way to pick up slang.
What do you think are the benefits of learning a new language?
The way I see it, there are many different benefits just from learning a new language. I suppose that a really interesting benefit that you can get from learning a new language would be the friends you can make from different countries. Be it an exchange trip or a business trip. Visiting a foreign country while knowing the language is worth it when you intend on creating relationships with others. Another benefit that I can think of would be how you can practice memorization, especially when you need to remember the grammar and vocabulary.
What advice would you give to others when choosing a new language to learn?
My advice for people when they want to decide on a new language to learn is to first consider what they're interested in. Wanting to immerse yourself in a particular culture would definitely be a big factor in choosing a language to learn. Secondly, I think a more practical advice would be to choose a language that is easy to learn. I believe that learning a language that is similar to your mother tongue might make it easier for you to pick it up in no time. On the contrary, if it's a language that's difficult to relate back to your first language, it will surely take you some time to build up a foundation in that language. Yet, no matter which language one has decided on learning, it's important to have fun with it and enjoy the learning process.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.